how surprised are you that the Saints haven't been active like on the trade market, or at least the rumors have died down, considering we thought that maybe like a lot of the veteran players would be traded because you are in complete rebuild mode because you've won one game, but now it seems like some of that has gone away. Is that because your guys came out and said, I don't want to get traded, I want to finish my career here? Is it because you didn't like what the return packages potentially would be? Like, why did that get so quiet so quickly?
I think there's probably still trade deadlines Tuesday, I believe, after this game. I mean, I think there's still probably a possibility we see like a wide receiver go, and I would assume it's probably either like Rashid or Cooks. I think those are probably the guys. Like Rashid, obviously, you're getting more for. I think that their asking price has been a little bit high on him. I don't think teams want to give up a third rounder for him, and it's kind of the feeling of what they're looking for. Comp pick wise, if he were to go. It wouldn't be this next shot, but the one after. I'm guessing contract ballpark, you'd probably get a fourth rounder like that. That's what you got back for Paulson and Debo. I'm guessing you'd probably be in that type of range. The benefit of trying to do that is that if you got the fourth, you could lock it in, and then you can go out and spend money and sign other players, and you aren't offsetting it, and you don't lose the pick. But it's tough, man. If you're that front office, like just imagine the optics of it. If you trade Rashid Shaheed for a fourth round pick, and that's what you gave up for Devon Bailey plus a seventh. Like, granted, there's time left on the contract with Bailey that changes the value proposition a little bit, but like we're talking a guy that makes plays versus a guy that makes no plays at the same round cost. Like it's kind of a nasty look. I don't think that's enough to not do it, but it just kind of shines a spotlight on like just man, what was that trade? Like I don't understand it. Like it's just kind of crazy. Look, if I'm AK and they're only giving me 6 runs in a game, I don't know if I'm thinking about maybe if those pina coladas would taste okay in Kansas City or Buffalo. Like that would maybe be like, hey, look, it's cool, I want to be here, but I also want to play. Like I don't understand why they're not giving him the ball. It's kind of a lot of weird stuff going on right now, but I do expect some deals to probably one or two. I'd be surprised if it's just like nothing happens. And it just kind of make you again like look at the situation and be like, shouldn't you be getting some draft picks like to rebuild this roster? Because like we did a who are you protecting in an expansion draft? One guy, and the other guy, who are you taking around the league? Another guy. I don't know if a Saints player gets picked in an expansion draft. Like and I don't know how many guys you'd be fighting to protect right now. And I think you need like a lot of people to get this rebuild going right. And you need draft picks to do it, and some of these guys aren't going to be around for it. Shaheed is a free agent. If you can get something, I would probably do it.
Nick, is there anybody safe before the trade deadline?
I don't think there's anyone that like you probably wouldn't trade.
Like, is there one guy on the team that you'd be like, nope, not trading that guy?
I mean, I don't think like you get back what you put into Banks or Fuaga, but I mean, like if somebody offered me like a premium asset for one of them, I'd be willing to do it. Like, yeah, there's nobody, and it's crazy because like 18, there's probably 4, 5, 6 guys that you're going down the list. Like, no way, I'm not giving that guy up. Yeah, I don't think they're currently in a place where someone would call you and be like, yeah, I'm not listening to that. Like, no. I mean, I think you pick up the phone on anyone. And I think there's a price for everyone on this team right now, no doubt about it. Yeah, there's no untouchables right now, and it's hard to get there, man. It's hard to get to a place where like you're really at that point where Eric McCoy's your best player. Like he's hurt. He's missed what 20 games over the last 4 or 5 years. So like he's someone that give them where they're at, I'd take a call on him. Yeah, there's nobody at all right now. Your best players are guys that are 30 plus. It's still like the best players on this team are the guys that would have been on that untouchable list in 18. So yeah, no, there's definitely nobody that's untouchable.
All right.
That's pretty wild. Wild to say, right? There's always untouchables.
No. I think he's right, though. I don't think there is.
There's a lot of people that have played themselves out of being tradable. I get that portion of the thing, but yeah, it's just it kind of speaks to where you're at. I mean, there's no hope in this season.
It's just been rough draft since 17. I mean that's just kind of where you end up at it. If you aren't drafting guys that are Pro Bowl caliber, like how are you going to have them? And it's just a lot of misses in those first rounds over the years. Like, and then Olave's having a weird season. The injury situation kind of takes him out of that conversation. He's the only one that probably had the potential since 17 to maybe play himself into that category. But, Davenport, Peyton Turner, and Trevor Penning, like, it's just like, it's a lot of guys that haven't hit. Your second rounders aren't hitting. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was maybe another guy, like, talent-wise, possibly had that Pro Bowl caliber, but then, the off-field has made his career a little bit weird. It's just not a ton of McCoy, like, got close. You're a center, your team isn't good enough like that. So, it's just not been good enough, and
Chase
that's how
Young's
you
been
end
a
up
bright
there.
spot,
And again,
right?
who's that?
Chase Young.
He's been a bright spot last
To get on the field.
He looks like he wants to play, man. Yeah,
he does.
he's looking
Good for him.
He might be the brightest spot on this team. And yeah, if he had played the whole season at this level, I think maybe he'd be the guy that you'd look at and say, yeah, I'm not trading him. Like, if you got 8 games of what we've seen the last couple of weeks, yeah, absolutely. He looks amazing. He looks like he's put it together. The get off is crazy. He's beaten Tristan worse, which isn't an easy thing to do. He looks great right now. He's probably your best bet to get into that category, which is kind of surprising. But that could possibly be if he keeps playing like this, that could be probably like maybe their best move of the last 4 or 5 years. And again, there's not a lot of candidates on that list.
Right.
But yeah, he looks like he has a chance to actually live up to that contract.
All right, there he is, Nick Underhill, neworleans.football, joins us every single Tuesday here on OTB. Nick, we appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.